Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and we're live one final time in Billy D. Hillier Stadium in the 2025 year. It's the Faulkner Futures getting their last game of the year against the Mississippi Prep Hurricanes. This Hurricanes team, from the record we found, says 6-3. To all of our Hurricane fans out there watching, we do not have a roster, so all of your players, if you're watching your kids, friends, family, all going to be numbers and position. We don't have names. We do apologize for that, but we still hope you will stay with us through the remainder of the day. Here come both teams ready to get it rolling. This Faulkner Futures team is sitting at 3-2. Last game they played was a blowout win, so were the other two wins that they've added on this season. Like we said earlier, this is the last Faulkner football game to be held on this field. The varsity team heads up to Tennessee to play their final game this weekend of the season, and that will be year one in the books for Coach Dane Brown. As we get things rolling, we have myself, Judd Bailey, ready to bring you all the action alongside Austin Gregory. A new addition, Jackson Parker, and then as always, Will Lucas will be joining us here in just a moment. Looks like we are going to be running it out with the kickoff unit, which means this Futures team will start on defense. Kicking on your screen from left to right. So, Austin, coming off of a bye week, what was practice like this past week? How are we prepping for? How was the Futures prepping for this game, and how was the varsity team prepping for their final game up in Tennessee?
So, luckily, you get a bye week, You get a bye week before your next game. So, you sit there and you take it all. You go a little bit lighter in practice, not as much contact, not as much running, and stuff like that, too. More mental stuff to really prepare your bodies, especially this late in the season, for the next game.
Aiden Brown has it teed up and will boot it away here as we are underway, like we have said, for one final game in Billy D. Hillier Stadium. It's been a wild weekend of Faulkner sports. The Faulkner Sports Network will be glad to have a day's rest tomorrow, but not for long because the basketball team tips it off again Tuesday night here on the Faulkner Sports Network. Home game, 7:30. Don't want to miss that. If your Tuesday is free, you can tune in. Jeremy Smith and David Turner will be on the call for that one in Tyne Davis Gymnasium.
And the ball keeps falling off the tee because of the wind.
Got some strong wind blowing from left to right, going occasionally across the way. As that kick is off, returned, caught at about the 2-yard line. Number 5 on the return, gets through a couple blockers, still going, finally brought down at the 44-yard line, and that is a great way to start for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, it looks like Faulkner had the men down there, just failed to wrap up.
Yeah, failed to wrap up, and your lane consistency, staying in your lane to get your tackles, force them back to the inside. It's a good thing. We've seen this Faulkner coverage team struggle on contain several times this season, so they've got that part right. They've just got to, like you said, wrap up in the middle. Quarterback for the Hurricanes, can't tell the number from here, but it looks to be a heavier set formation. Trips to the top of your screen. Number 5 in motion, getting back out wide. Number 0 is your quarterback, drops back to pass. Big time pressure from number 54, the defensive end, and the quarterback has nothing but running room. Outruns number 47, Austin Knapp, finally pushed out of bounds by number 33, Cameron Ledbetter.
Yeah, that's just good awareness by the quarterback, seeing number 54, Tristan Tapia, come off the end. But the defense needs to step up and really, be able to contain the quarterback, and that, obviously, they didn't do a very good job of it there.
Going to a 2-by-2 look, now joined by Will Lucas. Will, what's the thing you got to see from this Faulkner defense today to keep them in this one?
They just need to make sure that they stay on their assignments and win the line of scrimmage, because that's a key focal point that they prioritize. They also have to make sure that they keep an eye on that quarterback, as we just saw. He's got great speed, and make sure that they can't take advantage of that.
Going to be about 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6, or 2nd and 5 on the 15-yard line here in the red zone early. Still going 2-by-2 look. Quarterback catches a snap. RPO to the wrong side. Doesn't matter. Rifles it to number 13, who's brought down inside the 5. And this offense is hot early, all the way down to the 2-yard line, threatening to punch it in within the first 2 minutes of this game.
Yeah, the main reason they had success there is you see, if you were just watching, but if they don't have a safety back there, so they're playing man on man, and so you can run an out-breaking route or in-breaking route, or really a kind of a post right there, and you can just have success off those because you're one-on-one, and as a DB, you're out-leveraged.
Zero catches a snap, give to number 1. He walks in for the score on the counter play, and the Hurricanes punch it in early to go up. What the scoreboard said is 1-0, but there they go. Got it up to 6. Going to be 6-0 here early for the Hurricanes as on trots the PAT unit.
And, that's something you want as a football team. You want to come out and you want to be able to set the tone for your team, and you really want to be able to score on your first drive.
No PAT unit here. Got a little bit of a tush-push formation going, QB sneak. They've got one lined up all the way outside. There's the push. No contest from the defense. Walks in. And the Hurricanes start up 8-0 fairly quickly here. In 1:45, they go right down the field. Big play was the scramble by number 0. The quarterback gets him all the way inside the 25 a couple plays later. And the defense surrenders 8 points early here on the Faulkner Sports Network. Back here after the timeout, number 12, back deep, left-footed kicker here for the Hurricanes. Went down in 1:44, got on the board early, up 8-0 here on the Eagles. As he boots this one away. Caught at about the 23. Here's the return. Good return here. Shoestring tackle by number 25. Prevents probably a touchdown-saving tackle there, and the Eagles will start at midfield.
That was a good read by Keeler, being able to catch the ball and just really get downhill and get through that mess of just people right there.
Here's your Faulkner Futures offense, still under the helm of number 16, Seth Liebern. Liebern's been your starter all 5 games throughout the season, no different here. Obviously, we'll see Keeler in a moment. He's going to take his RPO, airs it out. He's got a man, nobody near him. All the way into the end zone. One play, one pass, one score for these Faulkner Eagles. Takes 12 seconds from the kickoff to score, and they've responded. Scores now 8-6, and the offense will stay on for the 2-point attempt.
I mean, he's just wide open. There's nothing that I don't know, there's really nothing the defense could have done about that. He's just wide open.
Busted coverage there. Went with the RPO. Not sure if maybe that threw the safety's eyes off. Maybe they were rolling to 2. Maybe the DB just forgot his assignment. But, yeah, like you said, there's not really going to be a freer play for a touchdown you're going to have in the rest of this game. Liebern catches a snap, looking for a man. Was looking for Caleb Porch there. Misses him wide to the left. And we've got an 8-6 ball game. Ladies and gentlemen, we might have a track meet here on the Faulkner Sports Network as the Hurricanes will get the ball in just a moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, you haven't missed anything. We go with a surprise onside from Hayden Wynn. He recovers it. He recovers it. Wow, that's the second time we've seen surprise onside from Hayden Wynn. Great kick there, falling right on top of it. Beautiful awareness, making sure it gets past 10 yards before he falls on it. Man, he's 2 for 2 on those.
Yeah, that is 2 for 2 this year. What he did, was it last game?
I think so. I think it might have been last game.
That is 2 games in a row Hayden Wynn has done that.
Well, Liebern's going to be back in at quarterback. Officials coming to discuss something. Referee bringing in another ball. Maybe they had the wrong ball in there, but they've got it sorted out now. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are 10 minutes official time into this game, 2 minutes of game time, but so far you've missed a 50-yard QB scramble, a 50-yard bomb to a receiver, an onside kick, and a 2-point conversion. So it's a good thing you're tuning in now as a handoff around the left end, bottled up in the backfield. Number 22 and number 27 there to make the play for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, that was just from the start. That looked like it wasn't going anywhere. You know, they just really got the outsides contained on that right there.
And the identity of this Faulkner team is to run the football. Yes, they threw the 50-yard bomb to start this game off, but that's something they have done. Last game, we had a rusher over 160 yards, a couple other rushers over 50 yards. So you're looking at a team that likes the ground and pound, likes to shorten the game, make sure that their defense really gets a lot of rest because their defense is going to have to play well in this one if they're going to want to take down these Hurricanes.
Yeah, but with that ground and pound offense, you get a stacked defensive look like this. You get a really heavy box.
Maybe getting back to the line of scrimmage there. Going to bring up a 3rd and 11. Surprise onside. Would hate to be wasted here with the 3 and out. We'll see what the offense draws up. Liebern giving commands to the offensive line. Hurricanes showing blitz. They bring 6. Liebern catches, throws, misses high. Intended target there was number 80, Daquan Pittman.
It's Jace Neal on the target.
Got an old roster here. Jace Neal still the intended target, but nonetheless, throw missed high. Brings Liebern's total to 1 for 3. And we've got an 8-6 game. Coming on is the punting unit. Zion Henderson back deep to punt. The freshman out of Opelika. Good snap, good catch. Punt is away. Misses off the right side of his foot. Rolls backwards, then rolls forwards. Ball's going to be down at the 35-yard line, and the Hurricanes will go to work there here on FSN. Back here on the Faulkner Sports Network, Hurricanes back out this high-speed offense. Quarterback keeper there on the outside zone read, not going anywhere. Tackle made by number 97, Tyler Brown, and a host of Eagles. Joined now with us is first-timer in the booth, Jackson Parker. We call him JP. JP, your first time in here. You've watched this team play from the stands all year. What's something that's really stuck out to you so far this season?
I've seen a bunch of big plays so far. When we succeed, we usually have those, deep balls that we just saw in the RPO, a big carry. Last game, we had a ton of yards on the ground. So I think that's what we need to keep up. Defensively, they're tough today. We're going to have to contain them. They're going to have big plays of their own, but I think that's the way we're going to keep up today.
Yeah, well said. You hit it right on the nose. If the defense wants to keep up, they've got to limit the big plays. And in their first possession, they had the 50-yard QB scramble to open things up. That one caught by number 2, run out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Going to be 1st and 10 now. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Quarterback number 0 still commanding the troops. High snap caught. Looking to flip it out wide. He's going to scramble and step up. Just going to throw it away wisely there. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, once again, that's good awareness by the quarterback. Good awareness by the quarterback. Just being able to escape the pocket, but realizing nothing's there and just throwing it out of bounds.
Going to bring up 2nd and 10. Hurricanes back to this 2-by-2 formation that's worked so well for them so far this afternoon. Going to be an inside give to number 2. A lot of blockers out in front. He slips past into the secondary. Going to be finally brought down at the 32-yard line. 31-yard line going to be a big play, 1st and 10.
Yeah, right now it just seems like they got the defense on their heels. I mean, you have two plays, in one drive that are 15 yards plus. And we're 4 plays in the drive, so, they really got them on their heels.
Going to be another inside give to number 2. Legs churning. Ball popped out, recovered by the Eagles. It's going to be a turnover here. Faulkner's going to take over at their own 25-yard line. Not sure who punched it out, but on the recovery was number 30, Davian Jackson. Fumble's really a killer to this offense. Hasn't really been stopped at all today until that point. Heavy running back, churning them legs, trying to pick up extra yardage. Ball probably was just punched out, not even knowing it. So with 9:36 left here in the first quarter, the Eagles take over. Liebern in the gun, catches a snap, going to be a stretch to the right. Blown up in the backfield by linebacker number 27 for the Hurricanes.
And once again, they're really, really stacking that box. They, they're putting either six men down the line of scrimmage or 5, or, they have in all like 7 people in the box and we have 6 people blocking. So from a defense standpoint, they're winning.
Yeah, I think on our side, you just got to trust your guys. We've got both wideouts one-on-one right here. Trust your quarterback. Those guys get open. He makes a throw. And maybe that's why we kept running it.
Went with the quick slant to number 85, tight coverage, like you said. But, yeah, I think you're right. I think you got to give your guys a shot. These receivers, they know how to play. We already have, a couple catches, a couple deep balls. You really just got to, keep the ball in Liebern's hands. Liebern's been your guy all season. He's played well all season. Maybe you just got to give him a chance here and there, maybe flipping it out with the go ball, maybe test your one-on-one, maybe try and change up the patterns, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 here. Liebern catches a snap here, going to be a give. No, unblocked man coming off the end, number 6. Somehow still on his feet, almost shot out of there. Going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage, going to bring up a 4th and 10, and on will come the punt team.
Yeah, once again, it's just sealing that edge. They haven't been able to seal the edge because they got so much pressure coming through other places.
New punter checking into the game for the Eagles. Going to be number 92. R.C. Gartman.
Oh, snap. Bobbled.
Somehow got it off there. Going to take a backwards roll. Going to be down in plus territory at the 43-yard line. 2 punts. Neither really flipping the field like this Eagles defense needs, and the Hurricanes are going to take over there. On this beautiful Sunday afternoon in November, let's take a look at some scores in the NFL on this afternoon. Saints take down the Panthers 17-7. Jets win at home 27-20 over the Browns. Dolphins with the upset of the day, winning 30-13. Colts take down the Falcons in Berlin 31-25. The Patriots go on the road to take down the Bucs 28-23 as a deep ball looking for number 8. He caught it. Ball comes out after he hit the ground. He had his hands on it on the diving effort. Unfortunate there. It was a beautiful ball by quarterback number 0. Couldn't quite bring it in. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. But back to these scores. The Ravens walk into Minnesota and walk out with a win 27-19. Bears win 24-20. Texans trying to make one final push to take down the Jaguars. And your afternoon window just kicked off with the Seahawks currently up 13-0 over the Cardinals. Going to be a keeper here. Quarterback number 0. Number 54 ripped the ball. Referees are going to give it to him. Back-to-back drives end in fumbles for this Hurricane offense. Stripped away and recovered by defensive lineman number 54, Tristan Tapia, sophomore out of Mars Hill. And with back-to-back turnovers, the Eagles got to respond here because this offense isn't going to keep turning the ball over. This is a good offense, and the Eagles are going to have to respond with points.
Absolutely. And you see Taylor Keeler is now in at quarterback. Seth Leeburn is going to sit on the sideline for this drive, and we'll see if he can get anything going.
Nothing against Leeburn. This is just the way the Futures team has done it this season, getting a lot of guys, a lot of reps, because something we've seen as Keeler is sacked in the backfield for a loss of 3, but Austin can attest to this. Something we've seen is these Futures guys, they get quality reps, and then we see them play on Saturday. We see them called up to the varsity team, putting in good minutes. We saw this weekend Devin Townsend, a Futures guy, got in this past weekend, caught a touchdown. We see a lot of guys on the defensive side also making plays. So this is what this Futures program is made for.
Looks like Seth Leeburn is going to go back in because Taylor Keeler is either banged up or his helmet came off.
Going for the screen pass here. Dumping it down, running behind his blocker, is going to be tackled at about the 43, 44-yard line. Nonetheless, going to bring up a 3rd down. Keeler getting checked out by the trainer on the sideline right now, so it will be Leeburn remaining in at quarterback. 6:30 left to play here in the first quarter. Leeburn catches the snap, flips it right over the middle, had a man straight through the hands.
Yeah, I think that was, it was a little high behind him, but, it touches his hand, so he should be able to catch that.
Right through the hands of Whetstone. Going to be 4th and 4, going to send the punt team out. Going to be back to the first punter, number 64, Zion Henderson. Hopefully to give the Faulkner defense pretty good field position, flipping the field, giving them a chance here. Hurricane showing block, coming after it. Gets it off the foot, spiraling down, fair, caught at the 20-yard line, and the Hurricanes will take over there here on the Falner Sports Network. Hurricanes will take over for drive number 4 on the day. They had a quick drive in about a minute 40 for a touchdown as a draw play to number 15 there, trying to get to the outside. Going to be wrapped up by Denzel McNeil for a gain of about 1. Drive 2 and 3 both ended in fumbles, one by the quarterback, one by the running back, and so now we're here in drive number 4 with below 6 minutes left to play here in this first quarter.
Even though both those drives and the fumbles, the Faulkner offense just stalled after both drives. They just stalled and didn't go anywhere, didn't pick up first down. So on the offense side of the ball, they need to figure something out to be able to help out the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. They've also had all the momentum. They threw the long play touchdown. They got the offense. They got the onside kick on the surprise. Back-to-back fumbles, and they just can't really put a drive together for the score, which is why your score still remains 8-6.
And that's not really what we want to see today, because we've seen this Hurricanes offense. They're high-powered, and it's safe to assume they're going to score more, and we're going to have to take advantage of our opportunities to – honestly, I don't want to say we're going to play catch-up, but it seems like they're going to be moving the ball a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. We said in the first couple minutes of this game it might turn into a track meet here. And this Falner offense can put up points, but today, like we said, with a couple of drives that have stalled, this is not something that looks very likely. Quarterback dropping back, going to flip it out to number 1. Had his man open at the first down marker, missed him wide right, going to bring up 4th and about 6 here. And on will come the punting unit. So a great stop there, going to get a 3-and-out pending the punt here. We have seen several teams fake punts, whether intentional or unintentional, on this Faulkner special teams. We'll see how it goes here. They do not have 11 men on the field. 2, 3, 4, 5. They're short 2 men on the field. We'll see if those numbers affect them at all. Coach Brown going to take a timeout here, as the punt return team was not ready. And as he takes a timeout, so will we in the booth. 8-6 with 4:47 left in the first on the Faulkner Sports Network. Back here on the Faulkner Sports Network, coming out of the timeout, we've got the punting team on for the Hurricanes. Now the Eagles have all 11 men they need on the field. They did have 9, so they called a timeout. Snaps caught, punt is away, going to end up rolling to the 32-yard line. 35-yard line is where it will finally be down. Great field position here for this Faulkner offense. Taylor Keeler is all good, all clear from the trainer. He is back on the field and will be ready to roll here for this drive for the Faulkner offense. They've got 36 yards to go, maybe 10 to 15 to get in field goal range, but you got to put up points here, especially at a crucial time.
Got to. It's critical. I mean, from a momentum standpoint, you can't just go two drives, have 3 and outs, especially with the great setup their defense had too. And right here, they really, really, really have to set them up. They're set up for success right now. All they got to do is go and take it.
Discussing something with Coach Brown. We're not entirely made aware of what it is. Possible penalty that they're going to move the ball back. Got a holding call on the return team. So it will be 1st and 10 from... It'll be 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Still in plus territory, still great field position, still everything they want to accomplish right in front of them at the hands of Taylor Keeler, who's going to lead the offense here. Two receivers and a fullback to the top of your formation, or to the top of your screen. Keeler catches a snap. It's going to be an inside give. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Number 44 and 27 for the Hurricanes sniffed that one out and are in on the tackle.
It looks like the Hurricanes are going to have someone shaken up here. Looks like number 27 who was in on that tackle.
Yeah, probably just got rolled up on, and we wish him the best. Our thoughts and prayers. Hopefully this is a minor thing and we can still see him on the field, but as the trainers tend to him, we will step away. Number 27 able to walk off under his own power. All good to see there. 2nd and 10 for this Faulkner offense. A little bit of movement up front. No whistles blown. Same formation of the two receivers and fullback at the top of your screen. Keeler giving commands. He catches a snap. Going to take a shot here looking for Whetstone. Whetstone couldn't haul it in. Ball off the deflection, caught by number 3. It appeared to hit the ground.
It looked like that one took a bounce.
Not sure if it bounced off the ground or if it bounced off the receiver. Definitely looked like it bounced off the ground, but according to the referee, it will be Hurricane football.
I believe that did hit the ground. But I don't know if we have the instant replay booth out here today or not.
Yeah, no replay booth on Sundays for these games, so it will be at the referee's discretion and will be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes. Unfortunate break there for the Eagles.
It's looking like Ken Williamson took a job in the NAIA after the SEC let him go.
2x2 on your screen. Quarterback dropping back. Number 0 steps up. No contain, and he's got plenty of space to run. Going to have to beat Davian Jackson. Wisely slides down at the 39. And they'll mark him down at the 40 as the Hurricanes move into plus territory.
Yeah, and that interception, or so you call it, so they call it an interception, is really just a momentum killer for the Eagles. I mean, once again, you have 3 drives, 1 ends on an interception, and 2 of them you punt.
Yeah, it's just not what you want to see from your offense. And we're 30 minutes into this game, and we're still in the first quarter. So this is going to be a long game, and points are going to come at a premium. When in the beginning we thought that it would be a high-scoring game, running back had the open lane, ended up tripping and falling. Turf Monster got him down at the 35-yard line, and it will bring up 2nd and 5. Under 3 minutes now to play. Going to be another give to number 20, blown up in the backfield. Somehow shakes a man. Hurdle taken down by the arm of Austin Knapp. And if it wasn't for the arm there, definitely would have been off and running into the races and finally into the end zone. But a touchdown-saving tackle keeps this drive going for the Hurricanes. Going to be 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Still in this pistol look under center. Quarterback gets it. Going to be a get to number 20 counter play. Offense looks gassed. Defense blown that one up at the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's really a good job of the defense right there, getting to the ball carrier quick. Because, I mean, you saw what he did last play. He's a real shifty player. And if you give him space, he's going to make something work. So,
yeah, definitely going to have to play gap integrity here, force him back to where the rest of your defense is. This Hurricanes team has won most of the one-on-ones thus far. It's going to be dependent on if it can be more of a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 for this defense. Going to be play action here to number 20. Has a man wide open, busted coverage, and number 5 is into the end zone for the touchdown for this Hurricane squad.
yeah, just right there, you see the corner and the whole defense in general is just either confused on what they're running or it's just completely busted coverage. Don't really know exactly what happened there.
Yeah, definitely lulled to sleep by all the runs. Play action finally got him free. We're going to see another tush push. This team does not kick extra points. They already completed it once today and went up 14-6. If they can complete it here, going to be a 2-score game. Referee's going to mark him a yard short. No conversion here. Going to remain an 8-point game with 1:11 here in the first quarter on the Faulkner Sports Network.
Two-point conversion is no good. 14 Hurricanes, 6 points Eagles.
Kickoff is away right at the up man. He's just going to catch it and take a knee at the 34, and the Faulkner offense will come out for their likely the last drive of the quarter. So yesterday, a lot of great college football was played. Unfortunately, my Auburn Tigers lost in overtime. Great wins across the board from Bama, Indiana getting a late one. So as we're shaping up through this college football playoff, JP, what's a team that really stands out to you as we're winding this season down?
Obviously, we've got Ohio State, undefeated, haven't lost in a long time. But Indiana yesterday showed some guts. Penn State's still a good team despite their record, despite what they've had this season. That was go on the road in Death Valley, get that win, an insane catch to win the game. So I think it's going to come down to one of them. But, you know, with the 12-team playoff, starting last year, it could be anyone's. We don't know how that's going to go.
Short pass there to Caleb Porch, incomplete, going to bring up a 2nd and 10. So as we're moving from the college football season into the college basketball season, we've had some tip-offs. For all you Alabama fans out there, y'all had a great day yesterday. Went 2-0, went on the road and beat number 5 St. John's in Madison Square Garden. Who's your early team to look out for in college basketball, JP?
Pretty basic answer, but UConn has looked really good. They've got a bunch of guys returning from last year. Dan Hurley, you know, some controversy in the media, but he's still an amazing basketball coach. Got the mind for the game. He's got the energy, and I think you need that in March. You need energy to win, not only with all your guys that are going to be on the court, but especially in your coach.
Yeah, absolutely. As this quarter winds down, they will take it to triple zeros, and we'll move into quarter number 2 with the Hurricanes up 14-6 here on the Faulkner Sports Network. Back here on the Faulkner Sports Network, critical third down. Some early movement. No flags. Guess they're just going to reset and snap it. Inside give to Amaker. Amaker swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and 4. They're going to punt this one away and give the ball back to the Hurricane offense.
Yeah, there's just nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. They are just filling every single hole that opens, every single gap. They're just there. Because once again, like I said, they're playing 7-man in the box, and we have 6 people blocking. So
now as we look at this week in review, the Faulkner women's team is currently sitting at 4-1. We've been able, and I've personally had the chance to be able to be on the call for some of their games. Going to have a fake punt pass. Caleb Porch wide open. He's caught it, crossed the 50, crossed the 40, knocked out of bounds, crossed the 35. How about that?
Hey.
How about that to keep the ball in the Eagles' hands? The fake punt pass works to perfection. And Caleb Porch is on the board with his first catch of the day. Been targeted a couple times, and it could not have been at a bigger time than that, especially with this high-powered offense. As JP mentioned earlier, points are going to come at a premium for Faulkner, and if they're going to want to stay in this one, they can't play catch-up. I think was a perfect term he used.
That is also a big momentum changer, too. You know, sideline starts dying down because, you've had a turnover and then you had 2 stalled drives, but you have that right there, That is a big momentum changer. Let's see if they can do something with it here.
Keeler catches a snap, going to take a shot. Trying to escape the pressure. He won't. He goes down, sacked by number 6 for a loss of 3. Going to bring up 2nd and 13 here.
A little bit of indecisiveness there by Keeler.
Yeah, it looks like they had Max Protect going to draw up the go ball and take a 50-50 shot, but maybe a little bit of timidness, maybe a little bit scared after the unfortunate interception that was called, regardless of if it hit the ground or not. But maybe that's playing a little bit of a factor, but nonetheless, it's going to be 2nd and 13 here. Got to pick up some yards to hopefully give kicker Hayden Wynn or Aiden Brown a chance at putting one through the uprights. Keeler catches the snap. Going to be a dump-off screen. Almost missed Amaker, but a great catch. He's got blockers out in front. One man to beat. Unfortunately, he's pushed out of bounds inside the 20.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful play call there. We've been talking all game about the pressure they've been bringing. And the screen, you let the pressure get there. Opens up downfield. We got a big gain there.
Yeah, the perfect time to draw up the screen is when they draw up the blitz, and it happened right there. Pushed out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Going to be 1st and 10. Keeler catches the snap. Give to Amaker. Amaker bounces it outside. Cuts underneath his blocker in the 5. Touchdown, Eagles. Amaker gets in for the score, and all that was set up by the fake punt pass from Gartman to Porch for the big gain, and that's how you keep yourself in a ball game. They're going to go for 2 here.
You got to.
Got to try and tie this one up.
Let's give a shout-out to the receiver right there, number 85, Dustin. He had some excellent blocking right there, staying on his block, not getting a holding pin or anything like that.
Yeah, that's something that this Faulkner team does really well, is blocking on the perimeter. There's several times this season that we've seen DBs get blocked into the end zone and even out of the back of the end zone. And you see, we talk so much about this run game that this Eagles team had, and that's not possible without these receivers and tight ends blocking so well. As Coach Brown calls a timeout here, as they're going to talk their 2-point play over. If you remember a few minutes ago, I started talking about women's basketball just before the fake punt. But the women's team currently standing at 4-1, played several good games, and they look very good so far this season. And conference play is tuning up. So if you have the opportunity not only to come watch our women's team, but to come watch our men's team in Tyne Davis Gymnasium over the next few weeks, you won't want to miss that. But we understand if you're tied up, can't get to the game, you can catch everything here on the Faulkner Sports Network YouTube channel. So they're going to have the ball at the right hash. They're going to have tight end and fullback and receiver to the bottom of your screen, solo tight end to the top of your screen. Austin, what's your play call here?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm probably going to go with some sort of shallow pass or something like that.
To Whetstone. Whetstone caught it, and they said he did get in. We are now tied at 14. Great catch by Whetstone there to tie the game up with 11:42 left to play in half number 1 here on FSN.
Going to have to hold it again.
Back here on the Faulkner Sports Network, going to have to use a holder here for the kickoff unit. Wind this time now blowing from the bottom of your screen to the top of your screen. Don't know if you can see the flag on stream, but it is sticking straight out. Here goes Brown with the kick. Going to be a squib. Rolls all the way to the 24. It's finally picked up, and here comes the coverage team. Going to try and reverse it across the field. Great pursuit by number 33, who's going to drag him out of bounds. Some extracurriculars going on. Referees have it sorted out, but nonetheless, great job by number 33, Cameron Ledbetter, running the ball carrier down, getting him out of bounds. And we've got a 14-14 game now with this Hurricane offense ready to rock and roll. JP, if you're this offense, what's your first play call to try and get momentum back on your side when it seems that everything has left your side of the field?
You got to let Zero go to work. He's obviously their best athlete. Started their first touchdown drive. I know as your quarterback, it's hard to just say, hey, take this ball and go run with it. But you got to design something to get him in space because he is elite.
So they're going to go back to this under center pistol look, which worked so well for them in that last drive before they finally dialed up the play action. You've got tight man-to-man coverage. They're going to go stretch to the bottom of your screen. Tyler Brown holding on for dear life before finally the rest of the guys get there to make the play. Going to bring up 2nd and 10. Ball carrier barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
It seems that Ty Smith, number 27, Ty Smith, is going to limp off the field. Hopefully he is okay. Our prayers with him. Hopefully he's just shaking up a little bit.
Yeah, holding on to that leg. Probably got bumped into on the collision there. But nonetheless, we play on. Quarterback under center. Again, going to be stretched to the other side of the field. They're going to keep feeding number 2, who's been such a good running back here today. He's going to get just across the 35, down at the 36-yard line. And it'll bring up 3rd and about 6.
Huge down here. Stop here, puts the ball back in your offense's hands. And I think last drive they kind of figured something out, started moving the ball, started sequencing a little bit, got the defense thinking. So you get a stop here, get it back in their hands. Huge opportunity.
Absolutely. So with 3rd and 7 here, they're still in the pistol look. Going to be another play action look. Zero going to step up. They've got a quarterback spy on it. Got to get by 58, and he does. And he reaches the ball out. The referees, however, are going to say he's short. Going to bring up a 4th and 1.
Also looks like they had a little bit of holding up there by the O-line, but is not called. So
Yeah, not really going the Eagles' way with the calls, but nonetheless, got to fight through the adversity and keep on rolling.
The offense is going to stay out here now, so you're going to have a big fourth down play coming up.
Likely going to go to the tush push here, something we've seen them do, especially with their extra points. 4th and 1 on the 41-yard line. Had to run on an extra man. Going to be a delay of game on the Hurricanes. Going to be 4th and 6. We'll see if this changes their decision. You know, you always put your punter in these situations to flip into the field. However, with the couple of punts that you've had from your punting unit, not sure if flipping the field is exactly what's going to happen. So maybe your best shot is leaving your offense out there. Maybe that's taking a shot. Maybe they do pick up the first down. Like JP said earlier, he's your best athlete in number 0. Just give him a chance and see what he can do. Hurricanes are going to take a timeout here with 9:24 left in the half. We'll step away. Fourth down here, 4th and 6. They've got the punting unit on. Going to be a fake punt run. Can the defense catch him? No. They had him in the backfield, but he does cross the line of scrimmage, or excuse me, the first down marker. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Had to hold him in, just could not hold on and bring him down. That's very unfortunate for the Eagles.
And you hate that, especially for your defense. They just laid it on the line there, got a huge stop, forced them into a delay game on 4th, and then they got to go right back out there and do it again. But we trust them.
Also, once again, that is a kind of a momentum killer, too.
Back in this 2-by-2 look, 0 dropping back to pass. Going to be a shallow cross. He's going to step up and run, use his speed, crosses back across the field, reverses the entire field. One man to beat, picks up a block. He will go all the way into the end zone. One play after this fake punt results in a score for the Hurricanes, and that will make it 20-14 pending their 2-point conversion.
Yeah, you nailed that one, Austin. Huge momentum shift on the fake punt.
And now in doing so, they have now taken the lead. JP, you hit it right. You hit the nail right on the head, and now they get their best athlete in space. He makes everyone look silly, takes it all the way to the end zone, and out comes the team for another QB sneak, tush push, whatever you want to call it. Defense going to have to try and come up with a stand. They push their way in there. It is good. Makes it 22-14 here with 8:47 left to play in the first.
Two-point conversion is good. Hurricanes 22, Eagles 14.
After the successful 2-point conversion, kickoff team now out and ready to roll. And as number 12 boots this one away, caught by number 80 and will be returned. Trying to slip through a couple people. Ball pops out and will be recovered by the Hurricanes. Ball recovered by number 26. Hurricanes will take over inside the 30.
Yeah, that's just unlucky right there. Unlucky. And once again, that's a huge, huge momentum killer.
So you go from tying the game up, having the 3 and out, giving up a fake punt, giving up a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and now fumbling the kickoff return. What a turn of events we've had in just the last minute of this game.
You know, we're asking a lot of the defense, getting these stops over and over, but a touchdown here could really start to snowball. You know, the Hurricanes, they move the ball. They're very good. So the defense getting a stop here would be massive.
Would be very crucial to the latter part of this game. Still 8:40 to play in this first half. Still plenty of time for both teams to score a lot of points, get stops, maybe change up this game. But as you said, it might start to snowball. And if I'm calling the plays for this Hurricanes offense, I'm taking a shot, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. Looking for a man in the end zone. He's wide open. Caught by number 13. Touchdown Hurricanes. And as they pour it on, 28-14 here, 8:32 left to play in the first half.
Yeah, once again, looks like the defense was confused on the coverage that they were running. You know, they're having their safeties and play down at like 10, and then the safety right there wasn't sure if he was supposed to cover the flats or if he was supposed to drop deep, and, you know, once again, kind of a busted coverage.
So now offense will come back out for another QB sneak attempt. Pushes all the way through. Defense fights back. Referees say no good, so the score will remain 28-14 here on FSN. Boots this one away. We're going to try this once again. That ball's going to roll out of bounds. Flag, and the offense will take over at the 35-yard line. So just in the last minute of game time, we had a tie game, fake punt, score, kickoff, was then fumbled, and another score is what results in this 2-score lead for the Hurricanes. Austin, if you're this Faulkner offense coming out onto the field, what's maybe your go-to? Are you trying to, methodically drive down the field? Are you trying to somehow get it all in one? What are you trying to accomplish here?
I say just go back to what you're good at, which is running the ball. Figure it out. Like that's what we've had to do so far. And I mean, you saw the pass drive where they scored. Like they just ran the ball. And they didn't just stick to strictly running ball. They ran the ball, then they ended up going and they passed it a couple times. But we really got to go back to running the ball, and the short passes and the quick stuff like that really hits for us.
So, kickoff rolled out of bounds. They're going to end up redoing this kick instead of taking the ball at the 35-yard line. Smart thinking, especially with the returns that you've had today and the lack of strength on the kickoffs, and so now they're going to kick off from the 30 instead of the 35-yard line. Still number 12 back deep to boot it away. And as he does, line drive kick fielded by number 80. Going to be returned up the middle. Good decision on the penalty there to take the yards instead of the 35, as they will go to work at the 45-yard line. Here down 2 scores with 8:25 to play in the first half.
And, last time we saw this offense, they were coming off a 2-point conversion that tied the game. So, weird spot here for them, getting back on the field, down 2 scores. Touchdown would be huge. Running the clock would be huge. Just kind of getting to the half without letting the Hurricanes extend this lead anymore.
So, Keeler back in at quarterback. Rotating back in. You've got a tight end and 2 receivers to the top of your screen. Got one-on-one toward the bottom. We'll see what they do. It's going to be an inside give, blown up by all of the Hurricanes. Going to be a big loss of yardage. Forward Progress says that he's going to be a loss of 1, going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, just filling up that box. More men in the box than you can block. And, I mean, when that happens, you got to go back to your quick game and got to go back to your passing.
Yeah, you got to trust Keeler on some RPOs. It's got to be he can see if there's more men, like you said, in the box to guard the run, you got to take some chances with your receivers. We've seen them make plays all season. Let's see if they can do it once again this afternoon. Showing blitz are the Canes. Going to be a give around the left end. Going to be upended at the 50-yard line. Going to be a gain of 6. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. Crucial 3rd down here for the Eagles.
Looks like Faulkner's going to get lined up quick here to try to keep this defense on their heels.
Catches the snap, trying to bounce it outside yet again. Great tackle by the corner, number 21. Is this going to be a loss of 1?
Yeah, just nowhere to go on that play. Looks like there's a little bit of confusion on the offense, too, because they lined up so quickly. But, yeah, once again, going to have to send out that punt unit and another 3 and out.
Yeah, kind of no man's land. Could have gone for it, but you don't want to give them that field position again. We've seen how it's gone the last 2 drives, so we're trying to pin them deep here, give the defense a chance to succeed.
Absolutely. Going to see another punt from our guy, number 64 on the field. Zion Henderson gets that one away, hoping for a fairly good roll here as it touches down at the 28, rolls to the 24, and the Canes will set up shop there with 6:29 here on FSN. .6:29 left to play, and the Canes offense ready to go back to work. Going to go with the triple option here. Pitches it. Great athleticism by number 1 to corral that one. And will finally be pushed out of bounds. Going to bring up about 2nd and 7. Strong gust of wind still blowing from the bottom of your screen to the top of your screen in that direction. So likely going to keep the ball on the ground here also to start running this clock with a 2-score lead. Want to keep the ball in your own possession, not giving the other team a chance to try and come back in this one. Still under center in the pistol formation. Going to be a counter play to the right, wrapped up by McNeil and a host of other Faulkner Eagles. Going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, once again, it looks like their go-to formation and really their go-to play. I mean, we've seen them do that formation majority of the time so far. And they've run that play quite a few times.
So 3rd and 3 here. Clock starting to run now at 5 minutes. Play clock at 5. They're going to have to snap this one quickly. Get the snap off. Going to be a quick dive give to number 1. Tried to go for the rip. Couldn't get it. He churns forward for the first down. Tackle made by McNeil and Knapp. First down at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Hurricanes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're just pounding on the ground, getting big yardage, and honestly, wouldn't be surprised if they just kept going to it.
Great call there, JP, as they go right back to the run. This one snuffed out, however. Helmet comes off of a player. Going to have to sub him out for a play. Ball's now at the 50-yard line.
It's going to be, looks like it's about to be a delay of game.
Going to be a delay of game here. Couldn't get out the huddle quick enough. Looks like they're going to have a call to timeout before the delay of game. So as they take a timeout, we'll step away. 28-14 is your score here on the Faulkner Sports Network. Fresh out the timeout, ball on the 50-yard line, under center, 0, catches the snap, going to be play action, and he's got a man wide open down the middle of the field. Post ball caught at the 15, and he will walk straight in for the score.
Yeah, that coverage right there is man-on-man coverage. You have one high safety, so the safety kind of has to be able to look and see both sides of the field, and they just got burnt right there.
You know, yes, for the Hurricanes, your receivers are getting open, but you got to be thrilled with the way number 0 is putting them on the money every time they've gotten open.
Absolutely. Hitting them in stride, hitting them over the shoulder, hitting them in between the corner and the safety on a touchdown, on the corner ball post fake punt. And so now with 3:55 left to play, looking at a jump ball to the quarterback, and he catches it for the score. Quarterback number 0 doing it all here this afternoon, and what a fun player he is to watch. Going to be flagged for excessive celebration, but I think that is the least of your concerns on the Mississippi sideline as they are now ahead 36-14. That flag's going to be enforced on the kickoff. Unsportsmanlike conduct is the call against number 0. And so now as they find themselves up 22 points with under 4 left to play.
Yeah, it just seems like obviously Faulkner was expecting a tush push, so they're going to go up to the top to their wide receiver, technically their quarterback, and just try to get the 2 point another way because Faulkner wasn't expecting that at all.
And that's just to reiterate, we've said it 100 times, and we'll say it 100 more before this game is over, but you get your athlete in space and you get him the ball to make a play, and that's what's going to happen. Whether he's putting him on the money throwing, where he's scrambling and running, now he's even catching passes. So he's playing a great game so far today, and he's definitely not done yet. So now they will tee this one up to kick it off. Kickoff has been moved back to the 20 due to the excessive celebration, but with the way this team is playing, that is the least of their concerns. So we went from a 14-14 game to a 36-14 game in the blink of an eye. And as he boots this one away, it will be caught at about the 37 and returned by the other Keeler on this squad and tackled at the plus 45-yard line. And that's where they will go to work. We will step away for just a moment.
Return made by Tyrese Keeler.
So as the Eagles now find themselves down 22 to the Hurricanes, JP, what's your plan of action here? You've got 3:47 left in this half. What's your go-to here for this drive?
We've had periods of success this game, and it really came down to one big play that kind of opened everything up. We saw in the second touchdown, the screen pass opened up the touchdown run, opened up the pass on the two-point conversion. So you really just need outsmart their defensive play caller one time, make them start thinking, and they'll start opening up stuff for this offense.
As that one is scramble drill, pass incomplete, intended for Whetstone.
Yeah, once again, Keeler seemed a little bit indecisive there. Not sure if his read wasn't open or something like that. I mean, obviously it had to not be like that, but he was just a little bit indecisive, and it almost ends up in a sack, but luckily he was able to get the ball away.
Yeah, great athleticism. A little bit of a stiff arm there on the D lineman, getting out of it. Maybe he can make something happen as this give to number 32 gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it is going nowhere. Going to be 3rd and long here as the clock now runs to under 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half. So with 3rd and 10, you've got trips to the bottom of your screen. Never mind, they're going to move Porch to the top and play tight end up top. You've got 32 possibly in pass coverage. This defense does like to blitz. They trust their corners. Keeler going to catch the snap. He's going to drop back. He's going to let it loose on the comeback. Great route up top. Great job catching and throwing. Whetstone makes the grab for the first down, and the chains are moving.
Yeah, that's also a little bit of good awareness by Keeler, being able to step up in the pocket and deliver a decent pass to Whetstone. And really for this Faulkner JV team, Whetstone has been a big target. I mean, he's had, I think, 2 games. He's had multiple touchdowns in. So
Keeler catches the snap here. Going to be an inside give. Great job on the blocks up front. Jump cut getting outside. They're going to throw a flag. Likely going to be holding on the offense coming back. But that was a great initial push. Unfortunate there that it's going to be coming back. Going to be now 1st and long, depending on where the flag was spotted.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do with this defense. You run the great route for the first down on 3rd, and then it opens up the run again. Just got to start completing some of those middle deep passes, and it'll open up stuff for this offense to try and make a comeback push.
I think what Faulkner needs to do is mix and match their offense right now, because obviously you see you can't stop both. So if you're going to put 7 men in the box, I'm going to throw the ball on you. If you're going to back up, then I'm going to run the ball on you. And you really got to mix and match and really be able to catch the defense on their heels.
Keeler catches that one, looking for a quick completion to Neal. Neal makes a man miss, bounces off the tackler, finally dragged out of bounds, close to the line to gain, likely going to be a yard short, and he is. Going to be balls on the 26-yard line. Going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Now, that's a good play by Jace Neal right there, just being able to make something happen out of nothing. I mean, really, it looked like he was stopped after about a yard, but, I mean, he really, really, really made something out of nothing right there.
And as we go to the 2-minute timeout, we'll step away. Hurricanes up 36-14. Back here on the Faulkner Sports Network as we're ready to wind down this half. Keeler and the offense is moving. They get a jump there. Free play had it. He was just going to throw it up, but referees blow the whistle. Going to be offsides. Likely number 96, 95, can't exactly tell. Referees coming together to discuss. They're going to call a false start. Referee, line judge on the bottom of your screen going to call false start instead of neutral zone infraction. It looked like the defense caused the offense to jump, but we're not the referees. They're the ones on the field, and they have the final say, and the final say is false start. So now it's going to be 2nd and 6.
You've got no safety back here. Look to take a deep shot or not.
They're going to give this time again, and that one's blown up in the backfield, driven all the way back. They said he got back to the line of scrimmage, and I agree with you. I was thinking the same thing. No safety up top. Everybody's in one-on-one, man-to-man across the board. Maybe give one of your guys a chance. 90 seconds left to play here in the half.
And we've seen Keeler throw some deep balls this year. He's got the arm. He's got the cannon for it. I'd love to see it here.
He's going to go with a play action. Just going to throw it up. Neal trying to run under it. Couldn't find it. That one will fall to the ground incomplete. Going to bring up 4th and 7 here with 1 minute and 11 seconds left to play. Going to go for it here on 4th. The field goal team is in the box and ready on the sideline. We'll see what coach decides to do. Coach decides they're going for it, so here we go. 6 yards to pick up the line to gain. Neal to the top of your screen by himself. Receiver, tight end, and fullback to the bottom and wide side of the formation. Keeler catches a snap, drop back. They send 3. Going to be a quick out route to Whetstone. Led him too far, and it will be a turnover on downs. The Hurricanes offense will take over at the 31-yard line. One minute, 6 seconds left on the game clock. Play clock about to expire. They don't get this snap off, and they do. 0 dropping back to pass. Slips, evades pressure. Looking for a guy. He has one. Number 5 just misses him over his head.
Took a hit there.
Big lick from Keon Henson. We'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 57 seconds left to play here in the half. The Canes do have a timeout, and they have a lot of big play threats. We'll see what they decide to do here.
I mean, from the looks of it, it looks like they're trying to go down and score again.
Yeah, I mean, and why would you not? Your offense has been so high-powered. There's no need to try and dwindle this game down. As they're going to catch a snap, he's going to step up in the pocket again, looking for a guy. He's just going to take off, wrapped up by number 58 and taken down just past the line of the game. Clifford Amaker in on the play. Going to be 3rd and 9. Clock running. They do have to snap it one more time before the half. Coach is going to take a timeout with 34 seconds left to play in the first half here at Billy D. Hillier Stadium. 34 seconds left to play in the half. No more timeouts for the Canes. We'll see what they go to here. Showing some deep coverage is the Faulkner defense. They're going to take a quick comeback route to number 18. Catches the ball, shoved out of bounds for the first down.
And if you're Faulkner, sorry, Judd.
No, you're good.
If you're Faulkner, you'll take that because you know they don't have a kicker. If they score, it has to be a touchdown, so you're not really worried about field goal range. They can have the 10, 15-yard play rather than the 40-yard one.
Absolutely. You read my mind. That's exactly what I was going to. So now incompletion. 23 seconds now on the clock. 2nd and 10 at the 46. We've seen a lot of deep throws from this quarterback today. Now showing some over-the-safety help in McNeil. We'll see what they decide to do. Zero catches the snap, flipping it quickly. Caught and dragged out of bounds. Clock still running. Now clock under 10. We'll see if they get a snap off and take a shot at the end zone. Clock under 5. Everybody set. They catch the snap. Going to have to be a Hail Mary here. Number 0 is going to be taken down in the backfield. Sack credit to number 96, Cliff Edwards, to end the half, 36-14. The Miami Prep Hurricanes lead the Faulkner Eagles here on this beautiful Sunday in Montgomery, Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for the second half under the lights, as because of daylight savings, sun is going down. It's going to be a great environment here. However, with the sun going down, it's starting to get a little bit chilly. Hope you're staying warm, especially as this cold front moves throughout this week as the kick is off, and we are underway for half number 2, fielded by Jace Neal. Neal's going to bring it out, cuts underneath the man, tackled at the 40-yard line. Finally brought down at the 43. 36-14 is your score. The Hurricanes really opened it up in the first half following a fake punt that they had, and in the span of 2 minutes of game time, they scored 22 unanswered. So coming out here for half number 2, what are you doing here? What did you say to your guys at halftime that you're really trying to pump them up and try and keep them in this game?
I mean, you just gotta tell them go fight. Go fight. I mean, obviously you gotta win the line of scrimmage too, because whenever you're not able to win the line of scrimmage, you're not able to run the ball like Faulkner's comfortable doing, and you get out of your element just a little bit.
I think another thing is too, last game of the year, lay it all out there. Last chance to pick up this would be a pretty big win over a solid team. Lay it all out there.
Yeah, a lot of these guys from this Mississippi JUCO right here have big-time offers. A couple of them have a couple of D1 offers. Now, I don't know if they're Power 5 or, Power 4 now, but they do have some, obviously, as you've seen, some pretty good players out here that are going to end up going to some bigger-time schools next year. And possibly some of them might actually come play for us this coming year.
So after the first down handoff, Lieberman back in at quarterback, catches a snap there. Going to be a counter to the right side. Swallowed up in the backfield by number 19 for the Canes, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 11.
Yeah, once again, they're not winning at the line of scrimmage, so you can't really run the ball. You see the run back there, ZJ Dale is trying to get something going, just nothing able to get going because they're just getting back there and making plays in the backfield.
Offense awaiting the play call from the sideline. Offense hasn't really put together a great drive since their score and 2-point conversion to start the second quarter. Now, then again, they've had some early turnovers, some fumbles on special teams, has really hurt them as well. So let's see if they can get something going here. Lieberman catches the snap, going to hit a quick slant route. Caught by 14, big lick by number 27, going to be driven back. Forward progress has him down at the 47-yard line. Punt team in the box. We'll see what the coaching staff decides to do.
Yeah, they're just going to punt it away right here. They're up in their own end, and, their offense hasn't, especially the first quarter, hadn't been moving very well towards the end. So you just punt it away, hoping to pin them back deep in their territory.
Gartman into punt, end over end, going to be fielded by number 5 at the 20-yard line. And that's where the Canes will go to work here with 12:36 left in quarter number 3.
Especially,
number 0 will have his first go at it in this second half. He's played an outstanding game, throwing the ball, running the ball, even catching a 2-point conversion as he drops back here. Play number 1, going to take off and scramble. Puts a move on 58 and finally runs out of bounds just past the 30-yard line. They will not give him the first. Referees looking, they will give him the first. It'll be 1st and 10 after that scramble.
yeah, once again, it's one of those things where he can make it work with his legs. I mean, if he doesn't think the throw is there, he's just going to step up, and he's still going to look downfield, but he's just going to do his work with his legs. It kind of reminds me of Deuce Marshall, and how Deuce Marshall does that on Saturdays for us. How he goes out and if he can't get something with his arm, even though he has an amazing arm talent, he's going to make it work with his legs.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's another drop back, just going to step up, try and make something happen. Sails it over number 28's head, had his guy at the sticks, but just misses him. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and you see those D ends and the D line is trying to contain him on the outside, but the O line is actually giving him a great pocket to be able to step up into.
Yeah, and a guy like number 0, super poised in the pocket, really knows very good special awareness. Had the check down there, hits off the shoulder pads of number 25. Trying to catch that one with his body, going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, I mean, and once again, you see that right there. He's got a lot of, I mean, he's shifty himself, but he has a lot of space to move in that pocket.
3rd and long here, got to come up with a stop. Defensive line, got to stay in their lanes, make sure they don't give up a big scramble.
Yeah, that's a key to starting this comeback in the second half. 3 and out on their first drive, get the offense in pretty good field position would be huge.
Catches a snap, drops back. Had his man, going to try and scramble, going to reverse the field. Got a couple guys open, flips it downfield through the hands of number 13, and incomplete. Will bring up 4th and 10. Likely to see the punt team now trot on for the Canes. Good job on the scramble drill right there by the offense, however, just can't convert the first down completion. Back deep to return for the Eagles, number 80, Jason Neal.
Now they need to be. Now I don't know if they run it, but they need to be a little bit wary of this punter here because he has some legs on him and he can run.
He already has picked up a first down once. Bobbled snap. There he goes. Going to take off again. Plenty of room to run. Going to cut back across the field. Makes another man miss. Finally tackled at the 48, crossing the 50-yard line. And the Canes stay in business.
I mean, like I said, I mean, he's not really a traditional. He's not really a punter, and I believe he actually plays wide receiver, and so he's just gonna take off.
Yeah, safe to assume if they don't have to, they're probably not gonna kick the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time we've seen them score, they've lined up for a QB sneak from the 2-yard line to try and convert the 2-point conversion. Quarterback number 0 under center, back in their favorite formation in the pistol look. Going to be a handoff to the right side. Number 1 running through tacklers, still on his feet. Denzel McNeil wraps him up. Everybody else there to try and bring him down. Whistle blows.
And he was sworn by a host of Eagles. They just could not bring him down.
Yeah, very physical back, turning his legs. Got an O-lineman shaking up on the field. They haven't whistled it dead yet. He's going to trot back to the line of scrimmage. Number 66 appears to be okay as he walks back to the huddle. On this 2nd and 4. Going to be a give the other way, right back to number 1. Met in the hole by number 27, Ty Smith.
And once again, that's our favorite formation, and they just run the counter with that. And so, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. This is what we've seen them go to several times, and we will likely see it several times throughout the remainder of this one. Right back under center. Going to be probably another give, this time to the right. Just keep following your lead blocker. Going to be a play action, taking a shot. Beat his man off the line. Number 8, the go ball. Reaches out. Did he get it? No, he didn't. He's marked a yard short. Number 47, Austin Knapp brings him down right before the goal line. But nonetheless, the big play still stands. Great catch and run by number 8 for the Hurricanes. There is a flag on the top of your screen. We'll see what that is about.
And if this play stands, it'll obviously be a really big play. But also, that's what happened earlier when they scored. They just put the corners on an island, had one high safety. I think right there they didn't have a single safety high, or they were scrolled over to the boundary. But I mean, you just put them on an island and you just get a one-on-one and you go do what your receivers can do, which is catch deep balls and make plays.
Yeah, absolutely. We've already seen number 2 for this squad make several plays. Number 5 has made several plays. Now getting number 8 in on the action. The referees will disperse. We'll see what the call is. We've got an ineligible man downfield on the offense. That will be crucial here. It will negate the big play. Unfortunate there for the Hurricanes and number 8. So that will be a 5-yard penalty.
Going back to this offense, it's kind of like they just lull you to sleep, run, and then they hit the play action deep ball. And like I said earlier, number 0 has just been on the money with those.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 0, he's been a beauty to watch this afternoon. His ability to command this offense and also make plays.
Yeah, that's that play right there. Go make that play. That's a tough break for the Hurricanes, and but obviously as you see, their offense has had no struggle moving the ball this game. So hopefully Faulkner's defense is able to step up and stop them, but they'll probably end up going back to the same thing eventually.
So we had an ineligible man downfield, which is typically 5-yard loss, and then you repeat the down. But for some reason, they marked it at the spot of the foul, which will stand in a first down. They're just going to go right back to take a deep shot. Quarterback number 0 scrambling, flips it across his body to number 1. Jumping, makes the play. Tackled at the 10-yard line. So negating one play, but it doesn't matter because 0 is going to make another. And it's going to be first and goal. Great job on the scramble drill. Number 1 getting open. Getting in his quarterback's line of vision and the play being made.
Yeah, once again, that is a good play by number 0. And that's also a good play by number 1 being able to catch a ball out of position.
Yeah, I'm still a little confused on the ineligible man downfield.
The ineligible man downfield would be the O-line is too far.
No. I got that. I'm saying it's typically a 5-yard loss, and then you repeat the down from the previous spot. But for some reason, they gained 3 yards and then went with a first down. But maybe there's just a rule I'm missing, or maybe there was another penalty on top of it.
Yeah, that might just be a little confusion by the ref or something that we missed.
Yeah, but nonetheless, still second and goal on the 9-yard line. 7:20 and ticking left in quarter number 3. Number 0 give to number 2. Number 2 is going to walk in untouched for the Hurricane touchdown. And that will make it 42-14 here with 7:05 left to play in quarter number 3. Just another beautiful run play. We talk a lot about these playmakers for the Hurricanes, but we need to give more credit to this O-line. They've done an outstanding job this afternoon.
Yeah, they really have. And they've given them pretty big holes to run through this game. There have been some pretty big holes to run through. They give him a really good pocket. They give number 0 a really good pocket to be able to step up and move around in and make some plays out of.
Going to line up to go with the QB sneak again. Number 1 fakes it as he's going to run it outside. Ends up cutting back up and under for the score. 44-14 is your score here in Montgomery, Alabama.
2-point conversion is good. Hurricanes 44, Eagles 14.
That kickoff is underway. Going to be fielded by Keeler. Keeler's going to bring it back, cut through a defender. He's got a lane. He's going to keep going. Going to be tackled and rolled forward all the way to the 48-yard line. Thought he rolled over a player and tried to keep going, but they will mark him down. Great job on the return there. And the offense will set up shop at the plus 48. One Keeler brother sets up the other.
Yeah, that is just a good return right there. And, you know, once again, like you were saying, this JV team, some of these guys are playing on Saturdays. Tyrese Keeler is one of those receivers that gets in there. He doesn't really play a lot, but he does rotate in. And as you can see, he will, in the next coming years, he will be a very, very valuable addition to this Faulkner varsity offense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Last time we saw a kick return past the 50 going this way, it was that one play touchdown. Looking for the same result here. That'd be awesome.
Hurricanes showing a lot of pressure. Keeler going to drop back, try and find a man. Almost threw it to the defense. It was hitches across the board. Pass falls incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, right there. I think, you know, that Keeler saw that they were going to bring a lot of pressure, so he thought a lot of pressure. So he was going to get it out quick, and they bailed, and so really couldn't really make anything out of those hitches right there.
Going to be a run this time. Going to pick up about 4. Going to be 3rd and 6. Obviously, in 4-down territory when you're down this much. Waiting the play call from the sideline. Got a 2-by-2 look for the offense. Amaker and Keeler in the backfield. Keeler catches a snap. Going to be a swing pass to Amaker. Great tackle by the DB, number 11, reading it out, committing, and blowing that one up at the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, had a great play drawn up there. Got it to him, and just an amazing tackle there. And if he missed it, Amaker had some space.
Yeah, absolutely. It might have been just him in the end zone. But like you said, just a great tackle. Going to bring up 4th and 6, obviously going for it here. Keeler getting his signals from the sideline. It was a great time to draw up the bubble pass with the pressure coming up the middle. They send for Keeler dropping back, slips out of a tackle, still running, trying to turn the corner, going to be pushed down for a gain of 2. And it's going to be a turnover on downs as the Hurricanes will take over at their own 42-yard line here on FSN. Offense taking over here at the 37-yard line. They had a 5-yard penalty, which pushed them back, but they get right back up to the 40. And so now, with a 30-point lead, might see a lot of run game. Well, a lot more than we have already. This team loves to run the ball inside, loves their counters with the running back. Quarterback catches the snap, going to be a give to number 20 with pullers out in front. Bounces off some tacklers, trying to reverse the field, slipping under tacklers. Ball comes out, likely when he hit the ground, but no harm, no foul as he jumps back on it. Going to be a carry all the way to the 45-yard line.
You know, sometimes you see that backup go in, and as a defense, you're kind of relieved because you're like, okay, we're not that worried about that explosive play, but they've got a bunch of depth, a bunch of athletes on this team.
Yeah, absolutely. A bunch of guys that have made plays. Number 0 doing a great job sharing the love with everybody. As he pulls that one there, tried to fool the defense. Tristan Tapia, one that is not fooled as he makes the play in the backfield.
Yeah, Tristan has really been one of the hearts of this D-line, especially on the edge right there. And you've seen him in a couple other games. He's made some really big plays. I believe he did return. He almost returned it for a touchdown. If not, he did in one game. He almost returned a fumble for a touchdown. But, yeah, he's a big playmaker off the edge.
0 catches the snap, looking to take a shot here, looking for his guy, number 8, who's behind the defense, just out of reach. Slipped behind the safety, would have been a touchdown had he caught it, but it falls to the ground, incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 10.
0 finally got that announcer's jinx, missed the deep ball, just overthrew him.
Yeah, and it might have been it was a good spot. Just it might have been the receiver having to slip between the DB and the safety, trying to make sure he gets his angle right. But nonetheless, still a great ball. Didn't underthrow it. Give his guy a chance or give nobody a chance.
I mean, once again, it's one of those things where they just got the corners on one-on-ones, and they're just going to take them deep because they believe in their guys.
Going to take another shot here. Was going back shoulder, threw it too far out of bounds, and will fall incomplete. Be 4th and 10 here. Don't exactly know if we'd see the punting unit in plus territory here. Might as well go for it with how well your offense has played this afternoon.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to send the punt unit on. And once again, Faulkner really, really, really has to be careful here on this punt return. Because they're sending pressure up the middle of the block the punt, but he's obviously not going to punt it. Now, granted, that last one, I don't believe it was a designed run. He just dropped it and just made something work with his legs. But once again, got to be careful. I think we could see him play punt safe here.
Yeah, absolutely. Timeout taken by the Canes, and we'll step away for just a moment. Fourth and 10 here. Punt unit stayed on the sideline. 0 dropping back to pass, trying to make something work. He's going to scramble out. Throws it downfield. Going to be intercepted. Going to be intercepted. A takeaway by this Faulkner defense. Going to be picked off.
Dalen Johnson on the interception.
Great play by Dalen, the freshman out of Lake Manola High School in Florida.
Yeah, that's just a good play on the ball by Dalen right there. It's going out of bounds, and he just was able to go up and make a catch with it.
Yeah, and another thing there is on the scramble drill, you've got to force him to make a play, and in fourth down, that's an interception. You're not gonna hang your head on and not an interception, you're going to go back and say, man, I wish I could have done something different. It was fourth down. Give your guy a chance to make a play. And it ended up happening where Dalen made a better play. And so now Keeler takes over with the Faulkner offense at the 45-yard line, trying to make something work, bouncing it outside. Finally brought down after about a gain of a half yard, maybe a full yard.
And once again, that's one of those things. This Hurricanes defense is just flying the ball. They're getting hats to the ball, and they're really fitting up the run. And Caleb Porch is going to go to the game at tight end, and Cooper Knapp is going to come in.
Making some subs, still waiting on the play call here from the sideline. Pretty cool to see on this team. You got two sets of brothers playing on this Futures team. You got both the Knapp brothers and both the Keeler brothers. Pretty cool to see, especially here being able to play alongside someone in your family. As a screen pass there, dumped down. Great tackle by number 21. Blockers out in front. And with an athletic guy in space, unfortunate there. We've seen these DBs tackle very well this afternoon. A lot of guys making a lot of plays.
That's something you don't normally see from a DBs. Normally you have big coverage guys and stuff like that. But when you're able to, kind of have coverage and you're able to make tackles in space too, that's something big for your team.
Yeah, and it's not like they're just tackling these tall, skinny receivers. They're getting downhill and making big hits on these running backs as well. Not afraid to stick their nose in there, make a few plays. Keeler catches that one. Big time pressure, just misses Whetstone.
Yeah, and it feels like so far, just ever since that first bomb by the offense, just they've been just a hair too outside or just a hair off from everything. And they really, really, really have to get that fixed if they want to even get some more points on the board.
Yeah, 4th and 5 here at midfield. Going to punt this one away. Try not to give this Hurricane offense too good of field position. Number 64, the punter in, Zion Henderson. Punt is away. Great spiraling kick fielded by number 5. We'll see if he can make a play. Great coverage there. Somehow still on his feet. Falls all the way back to the 5-yard line. They're going to mark him down.
Looks about like their 2-yard line they're going to mark him down at.
Great job by the coverage team. A team that really has given up a couple returns on kickoff, not necessarily punt, but great job there. Getting down the field. And with a minute 24, the Hurricane offense will take over at their own 2.
Yeah, number 5 there maybe got a little excited. They've had some punts out of bounds today and some line drives where he had to call a fair catch. Maybe just trying to make something happen, one that he maybe could have returned, and just the wrong decision.
Yeah, this is one of those things where if you do it, I do believe he got a little excited right there, but just let it go in the end zone, then get you back out to the 25, and you'll be good.
Got a quarterback change in. Number 4 now in at quarterback, set number 0, and he's going to waste no time taking a shot. Jump ball. Had his hands on it. Did number 8, but falls incomplete. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10. I like to see a quarterback coming in, wasting no time taking a shot. Especially when you've got athletic receivers out here. Just got to give your guy a chance.
Once again, you're getting those one-on-ones on those wide receivers. Why not take it?
1 minute, 9 seconds left here in this third quarter. Number 4 catches a snap. Looking to pass again. Just going to have to back up and throw it down.
Almost backed out of the end zone right there.
They're not going to call it intentional grounding. They said they've got number 15 in the area. Not sure if he was entirely near the ball, but they're going to say he was, which he was near the area. So it'll bring up 3rd and 10. Good job by the quarterback, making sure he didn't take a sack and give up points. as they break the huddle here for third down. Ford catches the snap, heavy pressure, stands in there, delivers a dot to number 5, makes a man miss and picks up the first down. Great job by number 4 standing in and delivering a blow.
Yeah, and that's just one of those things, again, you get man coverage, and they just, defense, once again, I believe there's a little confusion on their man, or the corner dropped back too far or something, and able to complete a first down on a crucial third down.
Absolutely, especially back in your own end zone. Faulkner sent the pressure, sent 5, had a free rusher. Yeah, it's just great poise, great job knowing his guys, great job knowing the timing on the route, and that's why they're still on the field. 1st and 10 now at the 16-yard line. Catches a snap, drops back, looking for a guy over the middle of the field, misses short. Ball probably came out a little awkwardly. 12 seconds now left in the quarter. Was going for number 8. Second and 10 now. Likely the final play of the quarter unless it's another quick incompletion. Still with the 2-by-2 look. Catches the snap. Dropping back, letting it fly, looking for number 5. Oh. Denzel McNeil was there, had his hands on it, couldn't corral it. And it will fall incomplete. Number 4 catching a break there.
Yeah, if he caught that, he has got a lot of field.
Likely returning that one to the house. Not sure anybody could have caught him.
That's 5 plays and 5 passes for this new quarterback. So they're obviously very comfortable with him throwing the ball, especially inside the 5. Normally that's a run situation. So they want to get his arm going.
Yeah, absolutely. They trust this guy throwing the ball. And in a situation like this, not a whole lot to lose as he's going to drop back for yet another pass. Going to let another one fly into double coverage. And it will fall incomplete. And that will be the quarter. 44-14 is your score in Billy D. Hillier Stadium. We've got some extracurriculars going on. Some flags thrown. We will assess those after the break. Back here to bring you all the action to end this final quarter of football season here at home for the Faulkner Eagles. Not sure what the penalties was, but they backed him up a few, and number 12 boots that one away. Pretty good punt. And it's going to take a hurricane bounce. Wow, landed at the 48, rolling all the way to the 35, really flipping the field there. There was no deep man to catch the punt, especially with the past two fakes. And so the Faulkner offense will take over at the 34-yard line.
I mean, that's a good punt. That's something that I don't think really anybody expected out of him because, once again, the first punt, he kind of whiffed it, and then the second punt, he ran. So, I mean, I don't know. That is a very good that's a very good punt and a great way to flip the field.
So now it's going to be up to Keeler and this offense. Two receivers and a fullback to the bottom of your screen. Bringing a guy in motion, something we haven't really seen so far today. Handoff. A lot of running room. Another great tackle by number 21. Be a gain of about 7. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, I think that motion kind of caught the defense off guard. And so, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's something Faulkner keeps going back to.
They're going to move him back a yard. Say he was down. 2nd and 4. Keeler giving commands to his offensive line. Free rusher trying to escape him. He's slung down. Corner blitz by number 12. Makes the play. Helmet comes off. He's going to have to come out for a play on Trotz Lieburn.
Yeah, it looks like he was trying to throw the ball away at the end of that to stop the sack from happening, but it's a good thing that he just, was smart and took it down with him.
Yeah, with your arm flailing like that, trying to get the ball, maybe you might throw it backwards when you're slung around like that. You might end up throwing it up in the air and somebody corrals it, or you might lose the football trying to throw it when you're under heavy duress like that. Trips to the top of your screen, 3rd and very long. Lieburn's going to drop back, just going to take a shot. Miscommunication there. Ends up throwing it out of bounds and incompletion. And that'll bring up 4th and 16, and on will come the punting unit.
A flag comes out, and I do not know what the play call is.
Not entirely sure what the flag's for, but we will see. Another flag is dropped. Another flag. We've got three flags now on the field.
May have something to do with the Hurricane coaching staff on the sideline over there.
Possible sideline warning, maybe a celebration issue. We'll end up seeing what the call is. The offense, however, still on the field, so it's possible that they are still on.
Sportsmanlike conduct. 2 of them.
2 unsportsmanlikes on the defense. That will end up moving the chains. 30-yard gain. Now into positive territory.
And Lieburn is going to step off, and Keeler is going to come back in.
Yeah, T took a big hit. Helmet came off. Good thing he's not shaken up. He's able to come back and keep playing. Keep getting his reps in here late in this one. Handoff there, blown up in the backfield, nowhere to go. Going to be a loss of 4.
Yeah, he just swallowed up immediately. A bunch of pressure coming up through the middle. Once again, thought that motion might draw him off, and it did not, and he just, once again, just swallowed up in the middle.
Yeah, last time ran that motion, opened up the gap for the running back. This time the defense was not fooled.
Two receivers to the bottom of your screen, tight end fullback. 5-man passing pattern. Ball's intercepted. What a play by 21. However, we got a late hit on the quarterback, likely going to be rough in the passer. How unfortunate for this Hurricane defense, especially number 21.
Yeah, that ball was a little bit behind, but that was a really good play by the DB.
And I don't think they know yet there's a penalty. They're over there celebrating still.
Yeah, unfortunate there. I mean, for number 21, he read it perfectly, jumped the route, somehow corralled the ball, and he's going to end up with no interception in the stat sheet, as now that will result in another first down. 45 yards thus far in penalties on the drive for this Faulkner team. That's pretty good offense if you ask me.
And I mean, Faulkner's getting a hand up to him. They need to go make something happen with this drive.
Yeah, clock still ticking. 12:18 left to play. Really running out of time here. This one likely out of reach to begin with, but still something you can take into the positive end of this week of practice and into your final game on Saturday against Cumberland. Lieburn catches the snap, going to be a give. Counterplay, bounces it outside. Going to be a gain of about 8 before he's finally run out of bounds. Going to be marked down at the 25-yard line, call it a gain of 7.
Yeah, that's a good run right there and a good lead block. That's a good lead block by Caleb Portion, a good run by Amari Griffin behind him.
Yeah, following your guy, bouncing it outside, picking up 7, 2nd and 3. Lieburn catches the snap again. Going to be another inside give. Another counterplay. Caleb Port's pulling and kicking. The only man to tackle before he's into the second level, and that's going to be a 7-yard gain. They're in the red zone now. Lieburn catches the snap. Just going to throw a fade ball into the hands of the defense. Going to be taken down. They have 12 on. The defense has 12 on the field. Good job by Lieburn recognizing that, waiting on the ruling from the officials. Should be a legal substitution.
If I'm not wrong, that should bump them up another 15, whatnot.
No, that's just a 5-yard penalty. Just a 5-yard penalty. Another 15 would be pretty crazy. 60 yards strictly off penalties.
Yeah, that's 2 interceptions now. This drive called back.
Timeout going to be taken by the Hurricanes here with 11:26 to play on the Falner Sports Network. First and 5 here, fresh off the illegal substitution. Going to be a screen pass, number 39, making a man miss. Finally slung out of bounds after about a gain of 10. Going to be first and goal from the 5.
Yeah, that's a good screen catch by Dylan Smith right there. You know, catching it and getting it filled and making something out of what looked like it was about to be nothing.
Got 4 plays to try and punch one in here.
That's a good little run there by Amari Griffin, getting them to the 2-yard line. It looks like he's going to be subbed out for James Amaker.
.10:40 left to play in this one. Lieburn calling the shots. Getting everyone set. Stacking the box man-to-man across the board. Going to be a give to Amaker. Amaker shoots through the hole. Going to be a touchdown for the Eagles on the 2-yard rush. Going to make it 44-20 pending this PAT.
Great drive there. Had some help from the defense, from the penalties, but honestly, you got to give the offense a lot of credit. They worked hard. It was a methodical drive, ran the ball well, and came out with a touchdown.
Hayden Wynn on to attempt the PAT, the first action he's seen since the surprise onside we saw after their first score. Good snap, good hold, kick is up and through the uprights. Make it 44-21 here with 10:24 left to play on FSN.
Hurricanes 44, Eagles 21.
Kickoff team out. Hayden Wynn back for the team to kick it away. Hurricanes noticing it, stepping up, trying to prevent another one. Going to be an onside kick. Great hands by the front lines by number 8, diving on that one. Try to dial one up and pull a fast one. Hurricanes not having it. 10:24 left in this one. 44-21 is your score. We hope you're having an amazing Sunday and an amazing weekend full of sports as you wind down with us here this evening. Number 4 still in at quarterback. Number 0's day is likely done. He had a great one. And they're going to rest him for the remainder of this one with 10 minutes left. Under center, going to be a give here to number 25. No one home on the left side of the field. He's going to take it all the way to the end zone. How about that old lineman out and being stride for stride with him, running him all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, you got to give 58 the touchdown just as much as the running back. He ran the entire field with him, knocked about 3 guys down.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful blocking there from the Hurricanes as they now extend their lead. 50-21 pending this next tush push. Offense making their substitutions. Gonna quarterback sneak push. He's short, will not get it. 50-21 is your score with 10:13 to remain.
The 2-point conversion is no good. Hurricanes 50, Eagles 21.
Kickoff is caught at the 19-yard line, returned by Jace Neal. Sheds an arm tackler, trying to keep going. Finally wrapped up by 21 and taken down at the 39-yard line. With 10:04 left to play in this one, it's been a long day for this Eagles offense. We'll see if they can go down again and score here.
Yeah, this game is pretty much out of reach right now. But you know, what you'd like to see from an offense is going, you know, putting some more points on the board and just tightening the score.
Yeah, nothing wrong with making it look a little better on the box score.
Handoff there. Keeler going to keep it and run it. Going to end up being a gain of 1, bring up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, it seemed like he was going to pull it and throw the RPO, but he just, you know, the read went away, and so he had to run it.
Going to sub in Lieber now. Seeing this dual quarterback system. Clock running. Lieber catches the snap. Going to be an inside give to Amaker. That one's blown up. Great play by number 54 coming around the left edge.
Yeah, just really couldn't get anything going there. They just filled the holes really, really quickly.
Going to be 3rd and 10. Going to be a loss of 1 on that last play. Two-by-two look. Keeler now back in. Keeler catches the snap. Going to drop back. Going to be hit as he's trying to throw. And number 54, back-to-back plays in the backfield added to his total as he's sacked for a loss of 7. Going to bring up 4th and long. And on will come the punting unit. Punter number 92, R.C. Gartman, will come in to punt. Gartman had the fake punt pass earlier, but being down this much, likely not going to happen, along with them playing punt safe. We'll see what happens. Gartman catches it, rugby-style kick rolling out to his right. Punt will be fielded and returned by number 12. Tried to slip inside. The tackler ends up slipping on the turf. 7:40 left to play here on FSN. Back here to close this one out. 7:40 and the clock is rolling. Number 4 in still at quarterback. Tapia blows that one up behind the line of scrimmage. Great play there. Bringing down number 15 for a loss of 3. Forward progress gets him there.
Maybe taking out a little anger there. There was a little scuffle while we were gone, and Tapia got the TFL.
Yeah, great job there making the play. Kane's making some subs here. Number 4 still at the helm. Hasn't seen a lot of snaps thus far, but still been able to sling it a little bit. Couple good completions here and there. Under center still in the pistol look, bringing a guy in motion. Drops the snap, and it's going to be a fumble recovered by the defense. That one just fell right into the hands of number 58. Clifford Amaker with the fumble recovery. It's probably the easiest one he's going to have all season.
Now, if you're Faulkner, you got to do something with the ball right here. You got to go score, and you got to make that. You're probably not going to win this game, but you got to go. You got to go do something.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to make sure. Especially for these guys, this is their last game of the year. Try and get some film. Maybe try and get some momentum going into the off season. Make sure you're getting bigger, faster, stronger, trying to work toward next year. Keeler with the handoff here to the brother of Clifford Amaker.
That's a good run by James Amaker right there, being able to just be real elusive and go through there.
Going to be a gain of about 4. Going to be 2nd and 6 here for the Eagles. On the 35-yard line. Keeler catches a snap, another give, trying to go to the power read toward the outside. Swallowed up in the backfield, going nowhere. A loss of 2 will bring up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, there's just nowhere to go. And, when you're running east and west instead of north and south, you can't really get anything going.
Third down here, clock still running. Keeler catches a snap. Going to be a screen pass. Going to be a throwback. Had 2 screens drawn up. Went the wrong way. Amaker had 3 linemen out in front of him. Came back to the screen return, and it's blown up at the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 4th and 7. 4th and 8.
Looks like there's going to be some substitutions here. Amari Griffin is going to go back at running back, and the Hurricanes are also going to sub some.
Keeler drops back, 3-man rush, flips one out to Neal. They will say it's a catch. Great job on the comeback. Going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
Yeah, great catch there by Neal. Ball a little low, made the play, kept the drive alive. Could end up leading to a touchdown.
Got an injured Eagle on the field, and as the trainers come out and tend to him, we'll step away. Good to see the injured player get up and walk off the field. 1st and 10 now for the Eagles. Going to be a give to the wrong side. Quarterback and running back went opposite directions, and that's going to result in it being blown up in the backfield. Helmet comes off of Keeler once again. So Liebern will trot in there to take his place. Clock still running. Under 3:30 left to play in this one. Still awaiting the call from the sideline. Coaches likely wanting to dwindle this clock down as much as they can. Liebern catches the snap. Going to be a give. Great jump cut getting around one defender. Legs still churning. Picks up about 4. Going to bring up 3rd and 6. Making some subs here. Last play before the 2-minute timeout.
Looks
10 left on the play clock.
Looks like Faulkner's going to come out in a 2 tight end set right here.
Liebern pumps, throws, safety over there. Safety makes the play, bobbles it, but hangs on. He's returning the interception now, reversing the field. He's got blockers in front. Slips through all the offensive linemen, and he's off and running. Liebern now the only one left to make the play, just going to shove him out of bounds. And that will end the drive for the Eagles. 2:01 left to play in this one. Couple flags, likely to be some block in the backs or some holdings on the return. We'll wait for the decision from the referee.
Looks like the guy with the interception got pushed out of bounds is still down.
He's up and walking now. They're going to get him back to his own sideline. Probably just a rough fall. Ended up possibly falling on the football or something. With the help of his teammates being carried off the field. We hope he's not hurt. We hope he's okay. To any family and friends watching, number 16 for the Hurricanes, our thoughts and prayers are with him. Maybe a personal foul and illegal blindside block against the return team. So with 2:01 left in this one, we'll run one play till the 2-minute timeout. Now that they've got it sorted out, clock's at 2 minutes. Not sure if we'll have a 2-minute timeout in this one. Going to be an under center run yet again. Bouncing it outside. Blocker out in front, and we've seen this before. Here it goes again. Great block by the guard. McNeil able to recover and make the play. Tackled down at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, once again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're just going to go back to the same play that they scored on earlier.
Referee's blowing it dead. We've got a holding call on the offense. It'll come all the way back. Offense will regroup. Ball will be placed on the 14-yard line after the holding call. We'll see if the Hurricanes decide to knee this one out or if they will run a play. Still in the same under center pistol look. Quarterback backs up into the gun. He's going to catch it, drop back to pass. Going to take a shot here. Gets lit up and almost delivers a strike. Big lick by number 46 on the QB pressure. Some extracurricular still going on between the quarterback and the sideline. Quarterback took a lick there.
Looking for a call, but clean hit there.
Yeah, clean hit. Hit him while he was throwing the football. No roughing the passer there. Going to be 1:09 left to play in this one. Play clock running down now under 5. Likely going to be a delay of game here. They're saying to reset the play clock. Seeing if we can get it back up. Nonetheless, clock still running now. Under a minute to play. Quarterback catches a snap, drops back, going to flip it to his running back. Screen play. He's got blockers out in front. Knapp there. Makes the initial hit.
It's going to be coming back.
No, looks to be a rough in the passer hit, possibly on number 46. Hit the quarterback after he had delivered the ball. As the referees discuss, not entirely sure. Going to be a block in the back on the offense instead. Likely blocked into the quarterback hit. But nonetheless, 46 seconds left to play in this one, and as they walk it off, we'll give you our final thoughts on this one. Austin, any takeaways in particular?
Nah, I think one big thing is just the defensive coverage. Really today, we've seen a bunch of blown coverages, just communication there. And another thing being offensive-wise, you got to win up front.
Yeah, JP?
Bottom line, these dudes are really good. Came out, skill positions, really good. Gave them big plays, big chunk plays. Here's another one from the running back. And this is their third or fourth string at this point, still making big plays. And that just shows you the depth and talent that this team had today.
Yeah, clock's going to run down, about to hit triple zeros, and that will do it for your football coverage for the season here on the Faulkner Sports Network. It's been a blast. I'm Judd Bailey, alongside Austin Gregory, Jackson Parker. To all of our people on FSN, we want to give you a special shout-out for making this possible. And to the viewers at home, thank you for tuning in with us this season. Don't forget, basketball Tuesday, 7:30 on the Faulkner Sports Network or in Tyne Davis Gymnasium if you can make it. Have a great rest of your day. God bless.